Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our MiSat Bulletin, and we shall start with our headlines. EU chief criticizes Trump over attitude to European allies. Or 13 rescued from flooded cave in Thailand. And moving on to our details, starting with American-European Union's relations. European Council President Donald Tusk is appealing to President Donald Trump to remember who his allies are. Speaking as he signed a joint EU-NATO declaration on Tuesday with Alliance Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Tusk said it is always worth knowing who is your strategic friend and who is your strategic problem. Moreover, Tusk recalled that the Europeans are spending more than Russia and as much as China. In addition, Tusk urged the Europeans to increase spending as they have promised, but said, "Dear America, appreciate your allies. After all, you don't have all that many." In London, British Prime Minister Theresa May has met with her cabinet as she tries to restore government unity after the resignations of two top ministers over Brexit. Tuesday's meeting comes after Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson and Brexit Secretary David Davis quit, saying May's plans for future relations with the European Union don't live up to their idea of Brexit. Meanwhile, May replaced Johnson with former Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt and replaced Davis with Dominic Raab. It's worth mentioning that May's government is split between Brexiteers and the group that wants to stay close to the EU. Meanwhile, Canada will extend its military presence in Latvia by 4 years, according to what Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said on Tuesday during a visit to Riga a day before a NATO summit. Canada has deployed 455 Canadian troops to Latvia, part of a NATO battle group there that also includes troops from Italy, Spain, Poland and Slovakia. Trudeau said the Canadian contingent would grow to 540 and stay on for another 4 years after its current mission ends in 2019. Trudeau at a news conference said, "We remain unwavering in our support to security in the Baltic region." On the other side of the world, Japan's top government spokesman says that at least 155 people have been confirmed dead from the recent heavy rains, floods and mudslides that had struck western Japan. The chief cabinet secretary said more than 50 people were still unaccounted for as of Tuesday afternoon, most of them in the hardest hit Hiroshima area. From another aspect, searches and cleanup efforts continued in the region where several days of heavy rainfall triggered flooding and landslides in widespread area. Damages to roads and train lines have caused delivery delays and concerns of supply shortages. Meanwhile, all 12 boys and their soccer coach, trapped for more than 2 weeks deep inside the flooded Thai cave, have been rescued. The Navy SEAL unit said the 12 wild boars and coach have emerged from the cave and they are safe, referring to the name of their soccer team. Moreover, the head of the rescue operation said earlier that Tuesday's operation began just after 10 a.m. and involved 19 divers. It's worth mentioning that the Wild Boars soccer team and their coach got trapped on June 23rd while exploring the cave complex in the northern province of Chiang Rai. And finally, economic news. Global stock markets tracked Wall Street higher on Tuesday amid waning trade war fears. In Europe, France CAC 40 was up 0.7% at 5,435, while the FTSE 100 index of British shares rose 0.2% to 7,704. Germany's DAX was 0.7% higher at 12,624. U.S. stocks were poised for a solid opening with Dow futures and the broader S&P 500 futures up 0.2%. Meanwhile, in Asia, Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 added 0.7% to 22,196.89, and South Korea's Kospi gained 0.4% to 294.16. Moreover, the Shanghai Composite Index finished 0.4% higher at 827.63. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. EU chief criticizes Trump over attitude to European allies. Or 13 rescued from flooded cave in Thailand. And we reached the end of our mudslides bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us and see you tomorrow in a new bulletin.